want to do an overall energy, guys. I'm feeling a lot of intense, very in-depth energy that I'm getting. There is this need to control at this time. A lot of us are having to just really be more tuned with our emotions, and I feel like we're having a hard time and drowning in that. And so we have the need to control others as opposed to having to control our emotions on our own. The need to have to project or to find a target to project all these emotions on could be very dangerous, because not only can it be very destructive, but it could be very destructive to you as well. And this is like being passed on to everybody. You know, when one feels unwholesome and one is expressing unwholesomeness, that person will also pass on the unwholesome, and it's just like over and over. It's like a domino effect, you know. When one person is smiling, the other person is smiling, like a mirror of each other. When we're acting positive, the other acts positive. When we see somebody smile, you know, it's very influential, and then you smile too. It's like we're like a mirror of one another, you know. And so this need to control other people, because we cannot take control over our own emotions at this time, and it is very overwhelming. It's this like this picture I'm getting of like it's just pouring out and we don't know how to use it. You know, either when we are overwhelmed with emotions, we either be very destructive or we are constructive, productive in what we're doing. Even more creative. When we feel pain, what do we do? What do we choose? Do we choose destructive, or do we choose constructive, productive, creative? When we feel shame, what do we do with ourselves? What do we do with our body? Do we abuse it, or do we accept? Do we go in and accept it and move on? When we feel hate, self-hate, and this isn't hate coming from people. The hate that you feel, it comes from you. Something in you is not healed 100% completely. And therefore you project that hate onto other people. You find that someone that you can project that hate on, and then you just keep hating. And then the other person is just kind of like hoping that they're not going to take that seriously, and that they know who they are, and they're not going to take on and pick up what is not theirs. That's your trash, it's not mine, right? We want to be on the other side of feeling complete, wholesome, compassionate, always staying in a state of gratitude. That's what gives us more, and then some. And then when we're on the other side, when we choose to be on the other side of that, we're not manifesting what we desire, what we want, what we pray for, what we meditate for, whatever that is for you in your life. We want to exert a peaceful influence to other people around us, because when we do that, first of all, we feel it, you radiate it, and other people are magnetized to that. And so when we exert a peaceful influence to other people, they also reciprocate the same energy as you do. You know? I guess it all depends on the intention that we put behind our actions, our approach to things and people, situations rather. There is this masculine energy that just keeps coming up for me, and it's very intense, and it can be somebody around you, your work, at your job, perhaps maybe at home, a very dominant individual that is just kind of like draining and almost too much to even be around with. I think to get out of this uncomfortable situation, or to even like get out of this uncomfortable feeling, because you know you can't really avoid them, they're always going to be there. And so for now, it's like it's good to remind ourselves to ground ourselves and know who we are in the moment, you know what I mean? Because this energy can be very dominant and can be very aggressive in their approach. And so what we have to do in order to keep our peace and to keep exerting a peaceful influence, you just kind of have to like step back and just go off on your own and always following your intuition. Opinions are the lowest form of knowledge. Ignore what is not and only take in what is. Focus on gratitude, release shame, listen to the wisdom of your intuition. Thank you. Thank you. This is where we want to be. I love these cards. I'm in love. You guys, that's just like an overall energy for today that I wanted to share with you guys. I love you. Take care always. Bye.